and then all messages, and then
camera.
No, yeah, in the live stream. Ogenda kunyambako changing a camera in the live stream.
It's changed.
Totandika, otandise.
No.
Looks that is all. It's live.
We are live.
Jenny, ulikuntiisa.
You're not live. You're waiting. Yeah, you're live. Check this out.
Are you sure?
Mute. Let me mute.
All right, all right. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here today. I see some people already joined us. The best is in the building. I see you. I see you, Sneed. I see you, Lona. I see you, Prince Marvin Kelly, Mokwana Joy. Yeah, I see all of you. You're welcome. You're welcome to yet another edition of my live streams. In the building, we have our special guest. As I was here, I started telling you about this special guest. Here she is. I hope you're all excited. We have an amazing topic that we are going to talk about today, and I can't wait to share with all of you today. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're ready to learn like me. I'm ready to learn from her. She's an amazing lady. She's a good friend of mine. Aningini, of course, a CEO, the real Digit UG. She is here in the building. You're welcome. How are you today?
I'm
You
doing
look good.
fine. Thank you.
You smell nice. How was work today? Welcome back from work.
Work was okay. The usual. Yeah.
Okay. Our topic today is balancing work and business. That is what we are talking about today. And guys that are watching us now, drop your questions in the chat. Anything that you might want to ask our guest. Oh wait, I forgot to introduce your name. She is Sarah. She's Sarah. Are you okay me mentioning your surname?
It's okay.
Yeah, she is Miss Sarah Nabiye, an engineer by profession, CEO, the Real Digit UG. She will tell us more about this business as we go on. Now, let's start from the very beginning. You have a full-time job, which is a lot more on its own. What motivated you to start your side business, the Real Digit UG? And why the Real Digit UG? And what is this Real Digit UG? What do you do? You know, tell us more about this.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much, Jane, for hosting me.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to be here on the podcast. As she said, my name is Sarah Nabiye. I'm a proud Musoga. That's why I was okay hand mentioning my name. So I'm an engineer by profession. I'm an agro processing engineer, but currently I'm working as a QA/QC engineer in a manufacturing company, as well as I'm running my side hustle business. That is the Real Digit Uganda, decor and events company.
All right. What was the first step that you did to start your business? And did you inform your employer, since you're a full-time, employee somewhere? Did you inform your boss about this? And what are the greatest fears that you had while you were starting this?
Well, to everyone out there, I don't think you have to tell your employee that you're starting up something or you're having an idea running in your mind. I did not tell my employee, but I had my business plan well laid out. I talked to my close friends. I have like 3 good friends. I have my mentor. I call her my mentor. She's called Lynette, Engineer Lynette. Then I have my financial person. She's called Accountant Habiri. Shout out to those girls. Then I also talked to my best friend because she knows me more. She knows I focus more on growth. So she keeps reminding me that I'm supposed to leave a little. So shout out to you, engineer, to come shower. Yeah, so before I started, I had an idea. I came up with my business plan, shared it with my girls. We executed it. We thought through. And we ended up saying we can start small as we keep our corporate work that is funding our hustle. So yeah, that is what we do.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's a beautiful story. I'm so excited about this and I'm already enjoying this. I hope our viewers are enjoying this as I am. What is like, how is your normal day like? Balancing work and this business? How do you handle both? Like, do you have an hour of the day where you have to handle this business? Do you do it daily? Like, do you get an hour off and then you handle this? Or do you have a weekend where you go and attend to this business? Like, how is your normal day like, or your week like?
Okay, thank you for that question. Well, my normal day is, by the way, my job is really demanding, so my normal day is really tight. I rarely get time for myself. But yeah, I'm handling that. I'm working on that. So I do plans and I make sure I follow my plans. I set plans over the weekend because normally I get some time off on a Sunday, make my plans. So when I make my plans, I follow them throughout the week. And yeah, that's how I survive the week.
All right, all right. Guys, shout outs to everyone that is on this live stream. I see all of you, and drop all your questions. I'll be, reading all your questions to our guests later on. We shall have a session for question and answer. So just keep the questions coming through. I see all of you, and shout outs to everyone that is on this live stream. Yeah, now, what's your time management hack? Like, are you a morning person? Are you a late night person? Which time do you enjoy? Like, which time do you normally, feel energized to do whatever you do?
Yeah, normally I'm a morning person because my work is so demanding. So in the evening I'm kind of exhausted, although I have to execute some other duties. But yeah, I'm a morning person. I wake up very early in the morning, make my plan of the day, execute all my duties. Then in the evening I can do other admin work, small work as I rest because we have to refuel. Yeah.
I understand that. Oh, that is good. That is good. Yeah. And how do you separate these two roles? Like that, there is Sarah the entrepreneur and Sarah the employee. How do you separate these two roles and how do you manage them?
So when I'm at work, I give in my whole because that is part of my integrity. I have to give in my whole.
Yes.
But when I leave office, immediately I leave office at 5. I just switch. I didn't tell you guys I'm multifaceted. I have very many talents in me. I can handle very many things at one time. So yeah.
That is good. That is good. That is good.
Yeah.
I understand that business needs attention for it to work out.
Yeah.
And how do you, for instance, if you have a scenario that your business needs attention, maybe you have big demands, and then there is, tension at work, there is a deadline to meet up for you to meet up at work. How do you handle such a scenario or a situation?
So I have learned how to communicate. If you communicate properly with your your employees,
okay,
and your work, like your work colleagues, you can really handle this properly. Because if you don't communicate properly, you'll end up messing up everything. Because this is a whole,
I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. So I try to communicate properly so that if there is an event, I am well informed. If there is some unfinished business at office, I have to talk to my work colleagues.
Okay.
Yes.
Dylan, help us with some light. Like she's not getting enough light. I can see she's not getting enough light. No, like with this. Still. Sorry guys, we were working on the lighting. So I saw someone in the comment section talked about, an angle of our guests. So we're just trying to put that right.
She's on the comment line. It's okay. She can switch sides.
You can switch sides,
Oh, she comes this side. Is it?
It's much better.
No. Okay, guys, we are switching sides to see if I want my guests to have enough lighting. So I don't know how it will be. How is it?
Yeah. Technical problem.
Now, as if to
Auntie, the challenge is on anyway she's there.
still one need lighting. Oh, we are okay.
The reason why the lighting is
Oh, unmuting there.
You're back.
You have unmuted it.
You're back.
Oh. I guess not having enough light, so we had to do, some switching, and we see how it will be. Dylan. Oh, it's okay. I tell you, don't do switching that
It's
yourself.
okay too.
Really? Just so I let me give shout outs to a few people that are in the chat. I see Kamwanda Hadrat says flowers girl. Thank you for that positive comment. Dalan says hello to you, Dalan. Hirat says I could know whether Miss Sarah can work out of Kampala. She'll answer that if she's okay working out of Kampala. Prince Marvin Kelly says the topic shared is amazing, thank you. The question is how Miss Sarah split shares responsibilities between the main and the side work. Yeah, I think she just talked about that. How she's managing to, co-work this and that.
But I can still elaborate.
Yeah, she will still elaborate about that. You can go on and elaborate about that.
What does he say? What is he asking?
Marvin says the topic shared is amazing, thank you. The question is how Miss Sarah split shares responsibility between the main and the side work.
Yeah, I delegate work. I delegate work to my other people. I don't work alone. I work with a team of people, amazing people. So what I do, I delegate some duties, and that's how I work. I work along that.
All right. I think, Marvin, you are okay now. Yeah, someone says, Okak says, hello, Okak, how are you? Shout outs to you. Nathan says, in the competitive world, how is one able to keep up with their personal business and also give time to their job tasks? I think she just answered that, All right. I think we shall go on with our lesson. Guys, keep all those questions coming in. We're having an amazing topic. The topic today is balancing work and business. And the guest here today is a CEO of her own business. She does decor and flowers, as well as kicking off her, full-time job. So that's what we are talking about. Drop the questions in the chat. We shall always get 10 minutes, to read through, and she'll be answering your questions, Yeah, so Sarah, let's talk about money and finances. Finances. Do you have different accounts? Let me see it a bit. Do you have like two separate accounts where you have to, balance the finances, like the money from your job on the separate account from the money from your business? And what lesson did you learn about managing money from both the jobs that you have, the business and then the main job that you have?
I have two accounts. I have the business and the personal account. Mixing up personal money and the business money is not good because it will be hard for you to trace your growth, the growth of the business. If you mix up this money, you'll end up not tracking your growth properly. So I have two accounts. I have a business account. That's where I run all my errands for the small hustle. Then I have a personal account for my personal business, my personal finances.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And is there any point where you felt like you burn out, like you felt exhausted because of these two things that you're running? Sometimes business can be draining. That is something that I totally understand. And you know what we go through? I'm also an employee. Like I have a job full time. It's so draining sometimes. Do you sometimes feel like you burn out? And how do you manage such a situation? How do you come out of it?
Yeah, honestly, balancing work and business is really hard. You should know that before you even start the business. But you always find a way of balancing these two. There's a time I remember I had back-to-back events, but then at my workplace, my assistant was transferred to another branch in the company. So I was alone in the department. That time I was really exhausted. I was extremely exhausted. I could have a lot of exhaustion on me. So I just woke up one day and decided to take a leave. I took a leave. I took, I think, 5 days off. I decided to go back home, reboot. I tried connecting with nature. You can do what works for you to reboot. Yeah, so I tried connecting with nature. I rested, then came back to work, to the grind, and yeah, here I am. That is all you need to do. You just have to take a step back, relax, rest, because resting is really crucial.
Sure.
Then you get back to the grind.
Okay.
You should
Yeah.
yeah, like you should use the stability of your job to fund your side hustle. So that is what I do.
Okay, right there, where you were mentioning about using the stability of the job to, fund your side hustle.
Yes.
What advice can you give to young people out there? I know there is someone out there that wants to start a side business, but they're scared to start maybe because of their full-time job. They're scared of the unknown. What advice can you give to someone that is out there and watching this live stream?
Honestly, before I started, I was also scared because my job is really demanding. I was scared. I didn't know how I was going to handle. But all I can tell you, to every person out there who wants to start, you don't have to have everything figured out to start. You just have to start. You can work everything along the way. And yeah, you can figure out stuff as you're working.
I know.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
the advice I give to you, just start. Start now. Do not mind anything. Just start. And start small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is good. Any challenges that you are facing currently
Yeah.
while navigating through these two roles?
I do face challenges. Actually, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from this whole situation. But I do face a challenge of time management. I'm still facing that problem. But I'm working on that. I'm
Okay.
working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good. Any other challenge that someone can expect?
You find it's majorly time management.
What about capital, like starting with?
Oh.
Someone can be like, I don't have enough money to start a business. How much do I need to start something? Like, what advice can you give someone that is having financial problems but wants to start?
Yeah, so what you have to do, you're supposed to have your business plan. Start small. That is all that matters. If you have an idea in mind, plan it out. Get that starting capital with small money. You don't need to have everything figured out, because when I started, I didn't have any equipment on me, but I used other people's equipment to build my brand. So all you're supposed to do is to start small. As you grow, you learn, and you get to get your own equipment and more capital.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this side business that you're having, do you have other people that you're working with? Like, have you started employing, people? Someone might be looking for a job there, and they can do what you're, doing.
Yes.
Are you open to hiring people? How are you managing this?
Yeah, I'm working with a team of amazing people.
Okay.
But I can still add on one person, I think. if you can do flowers,
Okay.
yes, I'll leave my number.
All right, guys. Those of us that are interested in a job, there is an opportunity here. Of course, we have hosted an entrepreneur, and you know how we do it right here. All right. What's the ultimate goal for this business? Like, do you plan to transition from your job and settle with this business, or are you planning to handle both these two roles, like, for a long time? What is your plan?
Honestly, for now, I'm grateful. I'm enjoying the juggle because I'm still learning, But in case everything goes well, I think I'll have to choose and go with the business.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be an employee forever.
That is true. That is true. You have to do something of your own.
Yeah.
And what's your financial, stability plan? As we grow up, we need to have that financial stability plan that, at some point all of us, we want to reach a certain age or a certain point where we are stable and we don't have to be employed somewhere. Like, what is the plan? Are you still focused on this business, or you have other, business ideas that you plan to invest in?
For now, I want this business really to grow. If it grows well and we are standing, like a real big standing business,
Okay.
I can invest in other things. That will come with time. But
Okay.
for now, I'm focused on the real Digit.
All right.
Yeah.
What time do you go for work?
I
Like
go
your
there
full-time job?
at exactly 8,
Oh, and what time do you leave work?
5.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
Like that's early enough for you to do this side,
Yeah.
business.
Mm.
All right, let's check in our viewers and what they have to say.
Mm.
All right. Rosie Nat says hello. Hello, Rosie. I see you. How are you? And what are your questions to our guest? We have an amazing guest today, and our topic today is balancing work and business. So, guys, drop your questions in the chat. I'll be reading them out here, and our guest will be answering each and every question. Mozungu Rita says, hello, that's my sis. They are proud of you,
Hello,
darling.
sis.
Shout outs to you, Rita. Yeah, Mogera Ali says, hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hello, guys. Thank you for being here. Vid is in the building. Good evening, family. Vid is in the building. All right. Vid, we are talking about handling business and your full-time job. Work and business. Guys, drop your questions. We have a good an entrepreneur here. She has a full-time job somewhere, but she's an entrepreneur as well. She has a business, the Real Digit. She does decor and flowers. So if you have an event that is coming up, of course, drop your give her the job. You can follow her on all social media platforms. She's on TikTok, Instagram, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can mention your platform so that people can
The
check
Real
you out.
The Real Digit UG Instagram, The Real Digit UG on TikTok. I'll leave my contact at the end of the live, and you can text me anytime on WhatsApp.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah, going on, Kamwanda Hadrat says, can she teach interested people how to do her magical decor?
Yes, absolutely, I can do that. I'll drop my contact and we shall talk.
All right. And is there a fee that these people have to? Of course, there is no knowledge that is earned for free. And what are their expectations?
Well, apparently, I don't have the training session.
Okay.
I'll have to rethink everything through and see whatever I need, then get back to my people.
Oh, that is true. Because,
Yeah.
you have a full-time job, and then this person that is coming to learn will need time as well. So it is something that they have to think about.
True.
But, of course, she'll drop her contacts here, and you'll follow her on her socials. So she'll reply you accordingly.
Yep.
Let's see our chats. My guests feel at home. I know it's your first time on this channel. And guys, this is the first episode of our guests. This is the first guest.
And I'm so glad to be the very first guest.
Isn't
it a good thing?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm so humbled to have you here. The beast Nate says, fine chocolate girls. Thank you for the positive compliment. All right. Someone says, I'm back. All right, welcome back. Vidi says, would you suggest me waiting till the side business makes money before quitting your 9 to 5?
Would you what?
Would you suggest me waiting till side business makes money before quitting your 9 to 5? Like, can someone wait before they quit their job and then they can do the side business?
Absolutely, that's the plan. You have to first let it grow up before before you leave the job that is financing your side hustle.
I second that. I second that, because there is no way you can leave a job that is giving you something, even if it is small. A job is bad when you have it.
Exactly. They should know that. Yeah, it's really bad.
When you leave a job when you don't have plan B, my dear, you yawn in your house and no one will come to your rescue. So I second that. You first let the business first grow, then you can concentrate on it later. Someone says, hi, Sarah. Ronald says, hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Guys, thank you for being here today. I'm so humbled. And subscribe if you haven't. Double tap the screen if you're enjoying this live, and share. We are here and we are going to be having these segments from now on. I hope you guys are learning. I'm learning, because I'm a full-time employee somewhere, but I could love to start something for myself as well. True. So I'm learning a lot from her. I hope you guys are learning a lot from her as well. Thank you for being here.
Something.
Of course. Alice says, Mogera Ali says, Sarah, have you thought of having business partners to grow the business much bigger?
Yeah, I think about that. But if you want to be a partner in my business, I'll leave my contact.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the business has shares. So I'll elaborate that to anyone who's interested in being partners with me.
Okay, please do elaborate now.
Okay, like the business has around 5,000 shares, and I'm looking forward for some people to come and buy the shares. So I'm looking for partners as well.
You don't mind them you don't mind them having other businesses?
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Alright.
We can discuss that through.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ronald, I think she has answered you. I mean, it was Ali, right?
It was Ali.
Ali, yeah.
Yeah.
I think she has answered you. Ronald says, kindly tell Sarah, but Sachi Ronald is watching and listening attentively.
But Sachi, I'm so glad that you're watching. That means a lot to me. Shout out to you, and shout out to baby Rona.
All right, all right. Oliver, give shout outs to Oliver.
She has not commented.
Oh, Oliver, you should comment so that we give you shout outs, you know? She's a friend of ours, and she was like, you guys need to send me some regards while you're on live so that I can, have the energy. Yeah, Oliver, hello to you.
Shout out to you to come shower.
Yeah. Dalan says, hi ladies, this is awesome. In this economy, how much does it take to start any business?
That is a good question right there. First of all, it depends on the business.
Okay.
It depends on the business. You can start with any amount. A small side hustle can start with roughly 500 Uganda shillings. You can start with that and get your side hustle.
Okay.
If you're to start small, yeah, 500,000 you can get.
Okay. Now, Sarah, why decor and flowers? Why not any other business?
Oh, okay, yeah. I've always had a passion for decorating spaces.
Okay.
I remember there is a time, I think it was back then at campus.
Okay.
It was my friend's birthday, my best friend, Oliver.
Of course.
So I did a room decor for her birthday. It was really nice. So that time I posted and shared with some friend of mine in the US. He was like, but Sarah, can't you just do that as like professionally, something like that? I'm like, how do I start? I don't have capital, I mean. But there was one time I was thinking, and I'm like, why can't I just start? I woke up one day and I'm like, I can do this. I just started. And I love decor. Yeah.
All right, I'm inspired.
It's just passion. Yeah.
I know since it's decor and flowers, you have decorated or you've done your work on functions. What's this most amazing experience that you've ever had while decorating? Or on what function specifically? Was it a birthday party? Was it an introduction party? Share with us.
I'm excited to answer that one.
I know.
Well, the most interesting part of decor is when my clients are like, wow, this is really amazing. That thing melts my heart. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing something. I'm doing an impact. But my favorite function was a proposal. I think you recommended the proposal.
Yeah.
So it was...
The client, rather.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The client, rather. I'm lost. I'm in away.
I know. But
yeah, it was a proposal. You recommended the client. The best moment was when...
She said yes?
No, not that moment. When the guy was extremely nervous.
Oh.
He was nervous before even the lady came to the site.
Yeah.
So he was very nervous, and we were like, but why are you nervous? He's like, I don't know, but I feel extremely nervous. Until when the lady arrived, and everything was just magical. I can't explain.
That was amazing.
It was really amazing. Every time I remember and I watch those videos, I'm like, love truly exists, and everyone should be loved and they should fall in love.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you for that beautiful memory. Someone just showed me some here that has made us smell. All right, so I'll as I said, we shall be having the questions and answer, and as I look through the chat,
the comments,
the comments and read out the questions that people are saying out there. Yeah. Tax Oliver is in the building. Oliver, shout outs to you. Thank you for being
Shout
here.
out to you, girl.
Yeah, Oliver says, my YouTube wasn't YouTubing.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Sorry
girl.
about that, but it's we are glad that you're here, now. Oliver says, Emrambo, I am so proud of you. The clan is so proud. Oliver says, hi. All right. Vada Merchant Kitchen. Hello to you. How are you? I see you. Yeah, and the topic today, for those that have just joined us, we are talking about balancing work and business. And our guest that we're having today is a CEO of her own company, but she has a full-time job as well. Yeah, so we are navigating through how she's handling this and the other, the challenges, what inspired her. So drop your questions. Are you, having dilemmas on how to start a business? Are you, in that, are you in a state where you want to leave work and then, start your own business and you don't know what to do? She's here to inspire you. She's here to tell you how she's handling it. Do you want to balance work and the same time you want to do a business aside? She's here. She's an example because she's handling both. So drop your questions in the chats. We shall be here to answer them. Are you having an amazing time on this live stream?
I feel so good sharing my story because what happens behind the curtains is it's only you to tell.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Snit says, who is your friend? She's called Sarah. She's called Sarah. And she's a whole CEO. An engineer by profession,
Tell them.
Someone says she's beautiful. Oh, thank you for that positive compliment.
Thank you. She's a Musaga.
She's a Musog, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so proud of where she's coming from. And of course we are. Of course. And tell us more about this full-time job. How is it like?
Well, my full-time job is demanding really because I joined this company I'm working with as an assistant, but like after some time my immediate supervisor left, so I had to execute both duties, and in that period I had this hustle running.
Okay.
So it was really hard for me to handle two different roles, but with my side hustle ahead. But I kept managing because you're supposed to be consistent, focused, and never leave the goal. If you have your plan, never go off the plan, regardless of anything. But the good thing was after some time I was given an assistant, someone to help me out. So work has been, it's been fair. I'm handling, I'm managing.
That is
Yeah.
good. That is good. Do you stay like close to your work area? Like, are you facing any challenges in transportation and whatsoever, jam, rain, and whatsoever?
I stay close to my workplace. That's a good one for me because I can be there, but I think I can be there in 15 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
So it helps me plan, do my work. And
Any challenges at your workplace?
the challenges are always there, but I'm a big girl, of course I can handle.
Yeah, someone out there might be having like challenges at work and they're like, whoa, I need to leave this workplace. So I'm asking this because I want to inspire someone out there that challenges are everywhere. Even at my workplace, I be having challenges, but challenges are everywhere.
Yeah.
You might be running from this point going to another point, expecting maybe a smooth road, and it's not the same.
One thing I should tell such a person, you have to be proactive because we work with very many people. We have very many people of different characters. Okay. You'll find someone, they're old but they're acting like a certain age and you're like, what? How can you'll find a boss who is extremely stressing, you'll find a good boss. So you have to know the people you're working with. If you know your boss is very stressing, he's this kind of person, you have to be proactive. When I say proactive, I mean there is a difference between reactive and proactive. Okay. In most cases, we are reactive. Okay. You will react with what is happening there. In case a boss says what, shouts at you, you'll be like, what, me? I don't know. You start complaining, you start feeling small and all that. But if you're a proactive person, you'll be like, okay, I have to use this in order to make me get somewhere. Yeah, you don't have to put that at heart. You're supposed to face things with your mind, not the heart. That is where emotional intelligence comes in. you're supposed to be emotionally intelligent to handle this, because every workplace, trust me, has challenges.
Sure.
So what I can say is use the stability of your job. If you have a stable job, please use the stability of your job to fund your side hustle, because you can never be an employee sorry, you can never be an employee for forever. Yeah, you will at least reach a certain age and you'll be like, at least I should be a CEO, I should be, you cannot be in the same place forever. Yeah,
All right.
that's all I can say.
All right. Thank you for that positive, words to thank you for those positive words. So I'll read out the shout outs to people that are in the chat. Chirawa Oreste says hi Jenny, hello to you, thanks for being here. Snit says you need to do a skincare video with her skin is flawless.
It's natural, by the way, it's natural.
Tell us your media, whatever they call it.
Honestly,
Your
I
skin.
just use Dove products.
Okay.
I do scrub once in a while. That's anyway, everyone can
Do you
do
do
that.
facial like?
I just do some scrub. I use Dove lotion.
Yeah, you look good.
That's all I
I'm
use.
inspired. I need to
Thank
pick a
you.
lip from you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you smell nice,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, guys, smell nice is a must.
Yeah, it's key.
Yeah.
Regardless of the hustle. And shout out to Oliver. She keeps reminding me, you have to live a little. I sometimes focus a lot. She's like, baby girl, you're supposed to live, not to exist. So shout out to you.
Yeah, so Tax Oliver says Sarah has balancing. Sarah, how has balancing both shaped you personally or professionally?
That's a good question right there. So, this first of all, I have learned how to communicate, because if you're to balance work and your side hustle, you're supposed to communicate properly. That is what I was talking on earlier on. So communication is key. Communication is key. You're supposed to communicate properly with your workers and the people you're working with on the side hustle.
Okay.
If you communicate, you'll have everything aligned.
Sure.
Then I have learned time management. You don't have to waste any hour. You do not have to waste any hour. Trust me. If you waste, it gets back to you because you're the CEO.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Those are the two major aspects I have learned.
All right. Any challenges that you're facing with your other employee?
I'm a good person, by the way.
These people that you started with this business.
Oh, I'm the CEO.
Yeah, you're the CEO, and then you have people that are working under you. Any challenges that you're facing with them?
Not really. My team is a good team. So far, we are good. So far, so good.
Okay, that is amazing.
Then at my workplace, I'm a happy person. I don't think anyone could really find a problem talking to me or anything.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Genesis says, what happens behind the curtains stays at the curtains.
Yeah.
Abasuga are the most beautiful women in Uganda, period. Lavoyo Sarah Nezari, the beauty is in the store. All right.
Thank you for the positive comment. You're even making me blush, and I'm not supposed to blush.
It's okay. Just feel free.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the positive comment.
All right. Rosie says hello. I see you guys. To everyone that has just joined us, drop your questions for our guest in the chat.
I'm here to answer all those
She's
burning
here to
questions.
answer all the burning questions about how to balance work and business, because she has a full-time job at where she's working from, and she has her own business that she's handling. So drop those questions in the chat. And our quiet viewers, the people that enjoy just viewing and not commenting,
we love you so much.
And shout outs to you.
Yeah.
So guys, feel free to drop all those questions. I'll be reading them out to our guest, and she'll be answering them one by one. I'm so excited, guys, and I'm learning, and I hope you are learning. And if you're learning something, double tap the screen. Subscribe, because these episodes are going to be coming each and every day. You don't have to miss a segment of it. So subscribe, double tap the screen, share if you must, comment, and watch the content that is on the channel. There's lots of beautiful content that is on this channel. So someone says, Tax says, so I hate your best friend's birthday. Is soon. Oh, I hear. I think you meant here.
Yeah.
So I hear your best friend's birthday soon. Are you doing decor for her again? You mentioned the first time you were doing decor was, for your best friend. So are you doing her birthday soon? Are you doing this decor again? And where is the party? We need to party.
So I'm going to do the birthday. I'm going to do the birthday decor, of course. I mean, why wouldn't I? Because she's
your
other
best
source,
friend,
you know. Yeah, so I'll do the decor. The party, I think I'll share with you guys.
Okay, I'll be
I'll
glad
let
to
you know.
I'll be
I'll let you
happy
know where the
to-
party is. But yeah, I'll be doing the decor.
The dress code for this party?
I'll let you guys know. I
Okay.
prefer monocolors. I think we shall choose around
And
that.
talking about that, how do you handle business and friendships? Because now this is your best friend and this is business. Do you just do it because she's your best friend, or do you charge her normally like any other client? Or are you planning to surprise her with this, birthday? How is it like? Tell us about business and friendships.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. So, with my friends, I am so happy that I have good friends. I have a small circle of friends, and they really understand me. In that, even when I go very silent, they look for me.
Okay,
You know
that is
this-
beautiful.
Yeah, this grind. You can forget about yourself. You can forget to live. So like I told you, I have Oliver. She keeps reminding me, you have to live a little. Come, we go out. Come, we do this. She'll be like, you know what, Sarah, this cloth looks good on you. Go get it.
Aw.
Because sometimes you're lost in the grind and you even don't know what is nice for you. She'll be like, you know what, this looks good on you. Get it.
That is beautiful.
And yeah, you do that. Then about if they need something from me, I'm so glad they pay. They pay.
Oh, that is beautiful.
They pay full amount.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like, you know what, because they are my people that have been there for me. But yeah, they pay.
Some people, since they are friends, they take advantage of the fact that you can do this. They can be like, Sarah is my friend. She will do decor for me at a lower because you know how people be. They be selling, even if you have like a shop or you have products that you sell, the people that you tend to want to sell things expensively to them. You're the seller, and the people that know you will tend to want cheap things from you. So people take advantage of the fact that you can offer this. So I feel like since you just answered that, maybe it's different on your side.
It's different, but for someone who has such friends, I feel like that is not a good thing to do to your friend.
Okay.
Because honestly, you've invested and you're trying to hit a certain target or a goal. If someone comes in and they want a certain thing, it's for a certain amount. You should pay. You should pay the full amount and find that is a way of supporting your friend. So you're supposed to pay the full amount and support your good friend. If she or he is really your friend, you'll have to pay the full amount.
I know.
Because you're helping her build.
I mean, why would you pay expensively somewhere
To
else,
a stranger, yes.
yet you can give this money to this friend,
True.
to someone that and that is why I'm so loyal to one salon lady. I have one salon lady that has been making my hair for I think the past 10 years.
Wow, that's
since
amazing.
I was in school, she has been making my hair.
That's amazing.
And she's a relative of mine. She's an auntie. So sometimes I'd be like, instead of me going to put this much money somewhere
to a
else,
stranger, yes.
why can't I support my relative? Why can't I support my aunt? She's in Chirek. I think I've told you about her. Yeah, I always go to her. She makes nice hair. I think you guys can see. You can see my
Tell
hair.
them the location. Tell them the location.
Yeah, Chireka. Is it? I don't know. I will mention her location, later. So let's go through the chat again. Guys, this is the live stream, so I have to, look through the chat and read out the questions of, people that are viewing.
Yes.
Someone says, Oliver says, so I hear. All right. I think I got that. Lena says, we are here, the quiet viewers. Shout out to you, the quiet viewers. We see you, but learn something and drop the question right there, because our guest, it's already 7:48 and we are doing this for an hour. So we have just a few minutes left for our guests to leave, So drop those questions so that we roll on to them. And Nathan. Okay, Nathan, I see you, Nathan. Oliver says, and do you also do events planning if I want to surprise someone but don't know what to do?
I do that. I do
Okay.
that, absolutely. I do that for most of my clients, by the
Okay.
way. You book with me. I do the planning with you.
Okay.
Then we come up with what would actually work for your people.
Okay. This event planning, does it involve everything or just the decoration? Because someone might be out of the country and maybe they have an introduction party and they're not on ground, and they want someone that will manage, someone that will plan the whole event. Do you plan the whole event? People that you work with, maybe other service providers, maybe someone that is doing cakes, someone that is doing the cooking, whatever, or you only concentrate on the decoration?
I have very many service providers I'm working with.
Okay.
Events planning involves all that.
True.
So I have cake people. There's a guy called Emma. He does beautiful cakes.
Okay.
Yeah. In case anyone wants a cake, you
Of
you can text me. I can give you the
Of course.
contact. Yeah. I have people who sell food. I have very many service providers. So events planning involves all that.
That's true.
Yeah, if you give me your event, I'll do the events planning based on what you want. Then I give you what you exactly need.
All right. Someone that is out there and wants their event to be planned very well, the right person is with us here. And I'll be dropping her contacts and socials in the description box of this live stream so that you can, reach her out. Nathan says, hello, Sarah. Someone says,
Hello, Nathan.
Tuck says, Habiri and Irene, say hi. All right. Hello to you, Habiri and Irene. Yeah, we see you and we are glad you guys are here.
Habiri and Irene, say hi. Hi, Habiri and Irene.
Hello to you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Nathan says, hello, Sarah. What kind of events so you handle and what scale of space can you handle?
I do all kinds of events. It just depends on what you want. If you want an event of 300 guests, 500 guests, we can scale down to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do all kinds.
Maybe
of
this
events.
person wanted us to mention the events that you maybe you kind of mentioned a few that you've worked on, so that you
I
can.
do weddings, I do introductions, I
Okay.
do birthday parties, I do baby showers, I do kitchen parties,
Okay.
I do corporate parties, I do very many
Proposals,
proposals,
baby showers,
a
a lot.
Yeah.
Birthdays,
I also do surprises.
Okay.
I told them. Yeah, I also do surprises. I do flower bouquets, money bouquets, gifts, and all that.
Yeah, when you talk about money, flower or whatever, I
And room
remember.
decor also.
I remember on my birthday, by the way, guys. On my birthday, she surprised me with a money balloon. I nearly cried. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
so
we
she's
also
a
do
beautiful
money
soul.
balloons. We also do money balloons. Why would I let my friend not test my,
I know,
the work of
thank
my
you.
hands? You're supposed to.
Thank you. Yeah, someone says, and Janet says hello to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
hello.
that's our beautiful young sister.
Yeah, I'm wondering how she's streaming,
I
but
know.
it's okay.
Nathan says, all right, I think I read that.
Yeah.
Oliver says, for someone wanting something so above budget but doesn't want to improvise, do you chase them away or you recommend them elsewhere?
Talking of that, I do recommend. I don't recommend elsewhere, but if you have a tight budget but you want something extravagant, not extravagant. Sorry, I take that back. Luxurious.
Yeah,
That's the word.
Yeah.
So I'll break down stuff for you. I'll break down everything that you need. We shall talk it out with you and we see what you can do. If you can still be like, I can't manage that price, I could recommend something for you, something that suits your budget, if you're okay with it. Because I remember, I think this week, there's a client that came to me with, she wanted a proposal. Her budget was, I think, 200.
Ooh.
Yes. But then, she wanted something of like 600, 800 there. That's the inspo she sent. So I was like, do this. we talked. I told him, please add the money. He was like, that's the money I have. I'm like, you want this to happen for your girl. That's really sweet. But I recommended something. I told him you could actually go to a restaurant. Have you seen how those people do it in a restaurant? You get a flower. I told him I could make him a flower that has that ribbon of "Will you marry me?" And he goes to a high-end restaurant. They get him a cake. You've seen those things on social media. They get you a cake. They write "Will you marry me?" Then they present that cake or dessert to the girl. That would be better.
Even if just a slice.
Yes, it can suit his budget. And the client was really happy.
Oh, was it a success?
It was a success.
All right.
Yeah, it was a success.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, so if your budget is tight, you can come. We can talk things through and we get something that can actually work for you, because I believe everyone wants to celebrate their special moments.
All right.
It always comes once in a while.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you guys for that beautiful question. I think we needed to hear that. You know, when you're handling business, you tend to have such clients that come with, you know, they expect so much, but they come with small money. You know, so we needed to know how people should handle such a situation. I hope you guys are learning. And if you're learning, if you've just joined us, subscribe. Tap the screen, share this live and watch the content, of course, later. Yeah, as we go to our next question in the chat, guys, drop all your questions in the chat. I'll be reading them out for our guests to answer. Nathan says, then also as a decor company CEO, do you have a catalog of decors where clients can choose from types of decors or brainstorm which clients type of decor? I think it means, do you have like a list? For example, when you go to a restaurant, they give you a menu where you have to choose what to eat. Do you have like a list of what to show to clients so they can choose from?
I have a list, but I need to update it. I think next week I'll have it all updated and I'll share it all over my social media handles.
Oh, all right. I think
because you know how decor trends change, they change with seasons.
True.
So yeah, I have to update it and I'll share it on all my social media handles.
I think I agree with you. A decor that worked 10 years ago will not work now.
Absolutely.
So that is so true. And Nathan, I think you'll check out the description box of this live stream. I'll be sharing her socials into our socials, like the links into the description box, so you can find her
on all the social. I'll also leave the contact. You can text me on WhatsApp. I'm so active there.
All right. So let's go on. And guys, we are soon ending the live stream, so you should drop those questions in the chat. Our guest. Yeah, we plan to do this for only 1 hour and. So in just a few minutes, we shall be ending the live stream, so you don't have to miss out. Yeah, if you have any questions, please drop them. I'm learning, you know, because as I said earlier, I have a full-time job somewhere, but I've always had business ideas. You know, I always wanted, you know, this channel is about cooking food. So I always wanted to do something related to food.
Yes.
You know, I thought of a restaurant, but it requires big capital.
And a lot of time.
I can't be having a full-time job somewhere, and then I have, you know, a restaurant that I can't be on, you know, the whole day. So I kept thinking through. Of course, you advised me how to go about a few things here and there, and I'm still thinking about doing maybe snacks or a cafe somewhere or anything that will come.
Yeah, I remember we talked this through.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm learning this. I'm learning.
You are the source. Yeah.
Because I have these intentions as well.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
Someone says, honestly, I just have to say you are doing amazing. It's inspiring to see how you handle both worlds with so much grace and drive. You make the hustle look good. Thank you for that positive compliment.
Thank you so much.
You make it look smooth.
Yeah.
That it's on, you know, on a smooth road.
You know, as you do all this, you have to live a little, because you know, we only live once. Okay, we live every day, but whatever day that goes, it never comes back. So as you're hustling for the future. You also have to live a little, you know.
Okay. Now I want to, you know, ask something like, it's off, but it's still related.
It's okay.
I want us to talk about relatives and business. Like, you know how people I don't want to assume.
It's okay.
Yeah, navigate through that. Relatives in business. You
Mm.
can have a business, for example, how you're having this decor business, and then maybe a sister or an auntie is in the village somewhere and wants a job, and then they're like, I want to come to the city to start this and this. Like, it's okay. Since I do decor, come and you even teach her how to do this decoration, and then she's working with you. Of course, there are challenges that come with it. How do you navigate such, situations like relatives and business?
Honestly, I've not had such a scenario yet.
Okay.
Because I'm a firstborn daughter of 5 siblings. I
Okay.
am the eldest, and growing up, we did not really associate with our relatives. We didn't really associate with them. So I only have a few cousins I know. Shout out to you, Rita.
Okay.
And yeah, I've not had such an incident. But I think if it happens like that, you have to be bold and talk to the person. Tell them this is business. We are doing business here. This and this shall not work.
As I mentioned earlier, people take advantage of the fact that
Yes.
they know you, they
Yes.
can get free things from you, so they'll even not take it as a job because they know she's my relative.
Yeah, that is where you have to stand up and be bold. This is my business. I'm spending a lot of time on this. You can't be doing this. You're an employee. Create boundaries and work along that. If the person refuses, if the person is not changing, you know what to do next.
I know.
Yeah.
Could you, if a chance came, could you work with a relative in the same business?
I think I can with my siblings.
Oh,
I can.
yeah. Yeah, I think siblings is the difference. There is the distant relatives that are there, and maybe they want help. They want to,
Yes.
they're hustling to find a job, and then they can't find it anywhere. And since you're in the city and maybe you've made it, they feel like you should push them somewhere. And since you have a business, you tell them, come and we work,
I think I could. I
Okay.
could. Yeah, if that person really wants to work, you will know. If they want to work, you can tag along with them for a given period of time. But if the person is misbehaving, I have to be blunt with you and tell you this is business. You have to go back to the village if you can't work.
Of course, and you mentioned something about boundary. That is so good that you set the boundary from the very beginning. You tell them what your principles, what you're up to, where you want to see this business, what are things that you expect, so that from the very beginning they know what to do.
Yeah.
That is so good. Someone. Yeah, I'm reading your chat, so drop all those questions. And guys, thank you for being here on this live stream today. I don't take that lightly. I see there are very many people that are watching us now, and to those that will be watching the replay, thank you for stopping by. I don't take that lightly. Thank you, guys. Ronnie Ochiro says, hey, how are you doing today? Long time. I've been missing you so much, my dear. Do you know who he is? Ronnie? Oh, are you talking to me?
I think they're talking to you.
Yeah, maybe I think you've been on this live stream before, and maybe, long time. We missed you too, and you're welcome. Today we are talking about navigating, work and a side business. Yeah, so our guest here has a full-time job somewhere where she works from 8 to 5, and she has a side business that is prospering as well. So we are talking about how she's handling both the two roles. If you've missed the first session of this live stream, ensure to watch the replay, because what's there is not something that you could love to miss out. Ronnie says, please, J1 Kitchen, be serious. What's going on here? We are talking about balancing work and business. Yeah, thank you for being here, and thank you for joining the live stream. Watch the replay so that you get updated about what's going on here. Genesis is in the building. Genesis, hello to you. It's been a while. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Genesis says Luna is here. That's a new receipt I have for. All right. Basoga are beautiful on this land. Oh, okay, Genesis, thank you for being here. But our topic today is balancing work and business. And our special guest today here is telling us how to navigate these two things. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat so that I can read them to her. Krishnan Jenna says hello. Hello to you, Jenna.
Hello, Jenna.
How are you and where are you watching from anyway? And to everyone that is new here, don't forget to subscribe. Krishna, I see you. I see you, Krishna. Krishan, I think that's the name, Krishan. Ronnie says, what's the name of the lady? She's your new friend. Yeah, this is what happens in the live stream.
It's
People be
okay.
commenting this and that, and then you have to, bear
It's
with
okay.
everything.
I think you
Yeah.
already told them.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think he just joined.
Mm.
Yeah, the lady seated right next to me is a guest, our beautiful guest. She's an amazing friend of mine. Her name is Sarah. She has a full-time job and she has a side business. And today we are talking about how to navigate these two roles. And she has been talking about all through. I've been here like an hour ago, and she has been talking through all these things. So watch the replay. I know you've just joined us, but watch the replay. Someone says India. Oh, Gina is watching us from India. All right, shout out to people that are in India. All right, all right.
I'm so quiet.
I know.
The comments.
Yeah.
The comments.
The comments, I'm reading out the comments. Rosie says, hello. Hello, Rosie, I see you. Ronnie,
We see you, Rosie. We see you, Ronnie.
Ronnie Ochra says, wow, that's a nice name. She's also a Musoga, a lady. Oh, she is, and she's very proud of that. Rosie says she's watching from Uganda. Guys, drop the questions about the topic that we are on today.
Because we are almost done.
Yeah, we are almost done with this live stream, and I couldn't want our guests to go with unfinished questions. So drop those questions right there.
Yeah.
Dylan says, Sarah, at what percentage should the decor be on a function? At what percentage should the decor be on a function? Like, elaborate more about this question so that my guest, so that my guest can get right, what you mean.
Yeah. Because when you say percentage, you're not clear.
Yeah. Do you mean like the size of the decor, the money, the finances? What's like in what
aspect?
In what aspect do you want her to, delve into that? Ronnie says, how is Uganda? Uganda is okay.
Uganda is
I hope you are okay as well. Dylan says budget percentage.
Oh, budget percentage. Well, that depends on the decor you want. It depends on the decor you want. Because you'll find someone, like I told you, if someone comes with a small, I shouldn't say small amount of money, but someone will come with a certain amount of money and they want something more luxurious, you get.
Okay.
So, it depends on the kind of decor you want.
Okay. All right.
That's how we
think
scale the percentages.
I think they answered you right there.
Yeah. So if he's also meaning that percentage, maybe he's meaning the percentage at which he's supposed to clear the initial pay. I think he's meaning that.
Dylan, please, do you mean like does someone, I think you should clear that.
I think he means the percentage he's paying.
Yes. Does someone have to pay the full payment before you can do the decor for them, or do you have to, pay half of it?
I take 90%.
Okay. And the other percentage?
The other percentage you pay
when you're done or at the function. There's some people that want zero balance before they leave the function.
Yeah, you have to clear me. I mean, I've already delivered. Yeah, but then we do 90% for proper preparations.
Okay.
Then the balance you can give me when I'm done decorating.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Have you faced challenges where a client is not satisfied with your decor?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
By the way,
How do you feel? Like, how did you navigate the situation?
Obviously, it feels awful.
Mm-hmm.
It feels awful, but I think one thing I've learned is communication.
Okay.
In case, because these service providers we use, you never know, they can surprise you. So there is this function I was working on. It was a welcome home party, something like that. Service providers I used disappointed me. They delivered what I didn't expect.
Okay.
So my client was disappointed. She told me straight up. She told me, Sarah, this is not what I expected. I gave you my money. I gave you my money on time to do the planning and all that. So I talked to my client. I told them, this is what happened. I explained. I apologized, and we were good. Communication is key, and this client gave me another function
Okay.
that I worked on, and I delivered to the maximum.
Okay.
So if you communicate properly with your client, you will not regret. There are all people, errors happen, things happen, but communication is key.
Okay. What are those non-negotiable boundaries that you have set that are not hindering your job?
Okay. And negotiable boundaries that I've said are not hindering my job.
Yeah, like you have a side hustle, but of course you have to keep your job. What is the thing that you've put in place?
Yeah, so I have put in place that 8 to 5 is it's work.
Whether what or what, you
Yes,
have to be at work.
It's work.
That is beautiful.
Unless otherwise. Unless otherwise. The beauty with my job, they give me 21 days of leave. So I use these days well. I plan properly, and yes, that's how I execute that.
Okay. How do you keep your focus, on this, and how do you manage to be consistent? Some people start a business in a week and they're already giving up.
Yeah, it's not easy because there are lots of life's ups and downs. Because I also sometimes reach a point where I feel like I am not I'm not being consistent. I feel like I am tired. What I normally do, I just give myself a break off work, off business. Like I give my mind a break, then reboot.
Okay.
That is what I normally do. Yeah. Then you also asked how I handle. I told you I'm multifaceted. I can do a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I do.
Okay.
One thing I should say, if you're to balance work and business, you're supposed to set your targets and follow those targets. Because if you don't follow the targets, they'll get back to you. They'll get back to you. They'll catch up with you. So yeah, you just have to manage your time, follow your dream, and follow the goals you set.
All right.
That's all. It's all called focus.
Okay. So I'll go through the chat again. Someone says, in the CEO stroke engineer dating, I am wondering. Okay, I don't know if someone says, is the CEO stroke engineer dating? I am wondering how she balances a whole lot with a relationship, and if no, is she searching?
Okay, that's a good question. It's not easy to date while doing all this work, but you have to have a long-term plan.
Okay.
If you like, I mean, these 6 months I'm going to focus on work. Okay, this is what I do. That's what I do. I'll be like, this year I'll focus on this. I try to. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's hard to explain. It's hard. Seriously, you just have to get someone who understands you. Like I said, my friends understand me. They look for me when I'm so quiet. You need to have someone who understands you.
Someone who will understand your skills.
Yeah, who will understand how that you're trying to evolve and build something. Yeah.
Because I understand you might be having clients that are up country, clients that are, you have to travel. And maybe if you're staying with someone, they might be having, is she really going for that business or she's going somewhere else?
Exactly. If you're dating someone, they'll be questioning.
Yeah.
But yeah, if someone understands you and they understand your intentions, trust me, everything can be covered. but getting is not easy.
All right, yeah. Someone asked that earlier. Now someone says, Nathan says, CEO Love Connect. Ronnie says, tax, what are you meaning? She meant if the CEO is single or not, but I think she just cleared that. I don't know if she cleared, but I think that is okay for us. Vidi says, please ask questions that are on the topic.
I know.
Of course, yeah, we need this vibe in between, you know.
Yeah.
At least we got a time to smile a little while we are talking about a serious topic. So it's
True.
okay, Vidi. Gina says, I don't understand your language, but I would like to know where you are from. We are speaking English, Gina.
And we are from Uganda,
And we are from
the part of
Uganda.
Africa.
We're not even speaking our local language, so I don't know which language. You know, you mentioned that you're from India.
She's streaming from India.
Are you streaming from India? This is English, my dear. It's and a language that anyone could understand, you know. But thank you for that. All right, guys. We are ending the live stream. We are soon going to end the live stream. So I don't know if you guys have more questions for our guest. You can drop them so she answers them. Before we end the live stream. We are just a few minutes away. We are soon ending the live stream. You know, but I thank everyone that has been here from the very beginning. There was a good turn up today and I'm so humbled. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the live. Double tap the screen. And check out the description box for the socials of our guest. You need to check out what she does on all social media platforms, you know. Any last words for us?
Yeah.
As people drop their questions because we are soon ending the live stream. Any last words for us?
Well, I'm so happy to be here.
Okay.
I'm so happy that you invited me.
All right.
That meant a lot to me.
Okay, thank you as well
It
for
really
turning
does
up.
mean a lot to me
Mhm.
because amongst all your friends, you're like, let me invite her as my first guest.
I
It
know.
means a lot to
I
me.
know.
I'm really humbled.
Okay.
And thank you for all the viewers out there who have taken their time, have been with us from the start. Thank you
Okay.
so much for being there. You should like, comment, subscribe. And one last word
Yes, dear.
to anyone out there who wants to start a business, as well as having their corporate job. I should tell you that you should start now and start small.
Okay.
Ensure delegation of work. You don't have to do everything. And please be consistent. I know it's not easy, but please be consistent.
Sure.
And yeah, I think we shall get there. We shall be successful.
Amen. Amen. Are you a believer? Aside the topic that we are on, are you a believer?
I am a believer. I am
Okay.
a Muslim.
Oh, right.
I
Salam
am-
alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I
Okay.
am a practicing Muslim, by the way.
Okay, that is beautiful.
Mm.
When is the next Eid? We need to eat this rice.
Next year. Next year.
Of course, that was a by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see to someone says, Gesime Farida. Is this Fatwa or?
I think that was.
Okay, is she Farida as well?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Gesime Farida says, love you. We love you more. We love you too. Amos Kipiegon says, hello. Amos, I see you.
Hello.
Thank you for being around. Brenda Monique says, watching from Chira. Hello, Brenda. She's a sister of mine.
Hello, Brenda. I think you told me about her.
Yeah. Hello, Brenda. Thank you for being around. Brenda says, love you, sis. I love you more. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for being here.
We love
Dylan
you too.
says, well done, ladies. We learned a whole lot. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
your
you so
support
much.
always.
Thank you
And
so
thank you
much.
for always being here to support us.
Mm.
You know. Ivan Bagaya says, hello. Hello, Ivan. How are you? Ivan happens to be a friend of mine. He's watching us from Tororo.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Avon.
I studied with him at university, Busitema. We did the same course.
Mm.
You know, so shout outs to you, Ivan. I hope you are well. Yeah, regards to your wife, you know. I hope you are married. People, even Dylan is married. You know?
Oh, newly married couple. Uncle.
He's
Hi,
a
Dylan.
newly married couple. So, Dylan, I send you regards and shout outs to you.
Mm.
Greetings to your wife, Rosie. You know.
Greetings to you, Rosie.
Hello. I think that is it. To anyone that is out there, I think we can end the live stream if no one. Someone says, thanks, Jen Ivan. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I don't take this lightly.
Thank
Thank you.
having me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for having me here. I'm really grateful.
All right, guys, have a good night. To those that are watching us from United States, I always have people that are watching us from the US, and it's either morning or afternoon. Have a great day ahead. To those that are watching us from Uganda, have a good night. To those that are watching us from wherever you are, whether it's good morning or good night, have a great day or a good night ahead. Bye-bye. Love you. See you next time.
Ciao.
Onyiga ka X akali wagula ka X